All right, thanks for sticking around for part 3 of our diagnosis of talking about Achilles tendonitis and why location matters. All right, there's kind of a couple places you can get Achilles tendonitis. One of them is we call mid portion, which is a little bit more in the mid portion of your Achilles tendon. You can also get an insertional Achilles tendonitis, and this is right where that heel kind of comes down and inserts right at the bottom of that calcaneus, that bone, the bone across the bottom. All right. Rule number 1, we can't stretch our way out of Achilles tendinopathy, all right? Basically, all those collagen fibers we talked about earlier, they're all jumbled and mixed up, okay? You start stretching them, all you're doing is putting a lot of strain on them, and then they're gonna recoil and relax back, okay? This is why stretching feels good and for a short period of time, but isn't gonna fix your problem long-term. We have to load, which we're gonna get to, all right? So not all Achilles tendinopathies are the same. So if you have that kind of mid portion a little bit higher, it's not down toward that heel bone, all right? So this is where we can actually work on ankle mobility. This is when range of motion exercises become super important. We need to open things up. A lot of that force and pressure is coming in right at that point. So that dorsiflexion we talked about, make sure you screen that and see if you got it. All right, and from here we'll talk about more mobility drills to be doing. All right, but if your pain is more toward the bottom of your heel, all right, this is where we have kind of that tendon is actually compressing against the bone itself, all right? Now, this is a time when we actually have to be a little bit careful at how we do our mobility, because if you just keep pushing tons and tons of trying to work on that dorsiflexion ankle mobility, you're just taking that tendon and kind of pushing it around that bone on that part that's already inflamed. So you have to be a little bit careful and kind of choosy with these ones. So making sure you're identifying like where your Achilles tendonitis is, that's going to be a big portion to help you pick the appropriate exercise going through, all right? One big mistake people do all the time is stretch. Don't stretch for either one of these exercises. We shouldn't be doing tons of calf stretching. We should be doing loading mechanics, working on our joint mechanics, and then working on our foot strength, okay, specifically our intrinsic foot strength. Those are going to be big things for us to go forward, all right? Be careful on this stretching component. And stay tuned for the next part in our series where we talk about the isometric protocol, so how to start building some of this resilience, how to build some load without overdoing and creating a feedback loop of just being pain and pain all the time, all right? Stay tuned or subscribe for follow more.